Hey, what's up guys, it's Lord Sendo here, and in this video I want to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to be talking about the two Roblox games that I'm most excited for to release, which are Deepwoken and Emblem Tales. So just make sure to check the timestamps in the description. Alright, first I want to talk about what's going on with Deepwoken. A lot of people are unaware of what's going on right now, but there is something major which is happening in Deepwoken that I and many other people are not entirely aware of. We know that something is happening, we just don't know what is happening. If we head over to the Vows by the Sea group, which is the official group for Deepwoken, this is the group that the testers need to join to get access to Deepwoken. We can see that 6 new people were accepted into Deepwoken. This is a new wave, and this is something that we've been expecting for a long time, and it's not a surprise. So on Sunday afternoon, I was checking through Roblox, and I saw Agamatsu was playing Deepwoken. I asked him a few weeks ago how much he played Deepwoken, and he said he didn't really play that often anymore. So I wondered what could possibly make him go back online. That's when I looked a bit closer and I noticed that 55 people were playing Deepwoken. For reference, that's nearly half of the tester group, and it's the highest player count that Deepwoken has ever reached to my memory. Deepwoken normally has no one online or a few people, or at most like 10 to 12 people. But recently it's been getting 20 to 50 players. In my Discord server, people pointed out that people like Infanasu and Andel, who never really played Deepwoken during testing, had finally gotten on during this massive event or whatever it is, to play with everyone else. You're probably wondering, what is the point? Like, what am I trying to get at here? Well, all of this leads to the assumption that there is something new in Deepwoken that is attracting all these players all of a sudden. I believe that that thing is a major content update. A friend had pointed out to me that 3 people were on the Deepwoken dev game on Friday, just 2 days before the massive event. This is presumably the place where developers test the updates for Deepwoken before they get pushed to the main game, to make sure that they're working as everything is intended to be. This pretty handily supports my hypothesis that Deepwoken did receive a massive update. Ragusa, Archmage, and probably one of the other developers decided to test it out a couple of days before releasing it to everyone else. And it's pretty obvious that it was something grand in scale, because otherwise then 55 people would not be playing Deepwoken. That is the highest amount of plays that Deepwoken has ever received, to my knowledge. You're probably wondering, what does this actually mean for the game of Deepwoken? How does it help you as a fan to know that there was an update? Well, I'll try to answer that question. If you watch my Deepwoken release estimate video, then I gave you a reason as to why Deepwoken couldn't release in the next couple of weeks, which is because they needed to receive some major updates. And what do you know, a couple of weeks later, a major update, presumably, has been added to Deepwoken. Now, this means that the main reason why they couldn't release the game is actually gone. At least from how I'm thinking about it, they could release the game anytime now, assuming that this update was everything else that the game needed in terms of content leading up to the release. So I think this is optimistic news for Deepwoken, and it shows that the developers are progressing this game very seriously, and they're pushing out these updates, and potentially we could see a release coming very soon. We'll see how that all plays out, so yeah. So I wanted to take some time to talk about Emblem Tales. If you're in the Emblem Tales Discord server, you'll know that every week they do a sneak peek. Unlike Deepwoken, this actually lets the players stay hyped for the game and lets us know that the developers are indeed actually making progress. I want to show you this leak if you haven't seen it already, because I thought it looked really cool. So this leak is actually for the Rogue class, which is an assassin based class. The first move is called Dagger Throw, and that throws a ranged projectile, which looks really cool. The second move is a passive called Deviant's Intuition, which does bonus damage towards low HP enemies. The next move is called Malicious Strike, which is like a fire move. And as you can see, the player actually does an up tilt here into an air combo, which is something that I'm excited for in this game. The next move, Shadow Force, is another fire move which burns the enemy. And the move after that, Serpent's Coating, basically buffs your blades and makes the next two hits do poison damage. And the ultimate ability is Assassinate, which is basically an execute, which can do more damage to players who are at low HP. Overall, this sneak peek looks really exciting, and it's a reminder that the developers are indeed actually making progress on the game, and I think they've really striked a great balance between managing their own workload and keeping their community happy, and making good progress on the game at the same time. I think that's how most studios on Roblox ought to be. I'm incredibly optimistic to test the game, and yeah. Well, that's everything that I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.